Have you ever looked back at a moment in your life, a heartbreak, a missed opportunity, a painful failure, and thought, what if that had gone differently? Maybe you've caught yourself wondering whether it all happened for a reason, like your life was following some invisible script. It's comforting, isn't it? The idea that all the chaos, confusion, and loss somehow serve a higher purpose, that nothing is random, that even our worst moments were meant to be. But is it really true? Let me tell you a story. It's an old one, but it carries a truth that's easy to forget. There was a man who lived in a quiet village with his beloved dog, Nova. One day, Nova ran away. The villagers gathered and said, "What terrible luck." But the man calmly replied, "Who's to say if it's good or bad?" A week later, Nova returned, bringing with her a pack of wild dogs. The man trained them, sold them to hunters, and quickly became wealthy. The villagers now said, "What great fortune." But again, the man said, "Who's to say if it's good or bad?" Soon after, the man's only son broke his leg while handling one of the wild dogs. The villagers cried, "Such misfortune." But the man, unchanged, said, "Who's to say if it's good or bad?" Not long after, a war broke out. All the young men in the village were drafted. Many never returned, but the man's son, because of his broken leg, was spared. This is the Nova effect. It reminds us that we rarely see the full picture in the moment. What appears as a setback could become the very thing that protects or propels us. A missed opportunity may guide you towards something greater. A painful ending may be the doorway to a powerful beginning. The future unfolds in silence behind the curtains of today's uncertainty. Think about your own life. How many times have you experienced something that seemed devastating, only to look back and realize it was exactly what you needed? A relationship that fell apart and led you to discover yourself. A failure that exposed your strength. A rejection that redirected you to something better. We've all had moments that felt like endings, only to realize later they were beginnings in disguise. We often rush to judge our experiences. This was bad, that was good. But life is rarely so simple. The Nova effect challenges us to pause, to withhold judgment, and to consider that meaning is not fixed, it's created. And sometimes it takes time for the meaning to surface. Sometimes it takes heartbreak to open your heart. Sometimes it takes being lost to finally find yourself. Philosophers have debated this for centuries. Determinists say everything happens because of something else, like dominoes falling. Existentialists argue life has no inherent meaning, we must make our own. But what if both are true? What if life is a dance between fate and free will, between chance and choice, between surrender and action? The Nova effect teaches us that even if we can't control what happens, we can always control how we respond. That's where your real power lies, not in preventing pain or predicting outcomes, but in shaping meaning. Not in resisting life's chaos, but in learning how to flow with it. You may not choose what life gives you, but you choose what you make of it. Your attitude, your story, your growth. So the next time life surprises you, when something ends, breaks, or falls apart, don't be so quick to call it bad. Let the story unfold. Let time reveal what judgment obscures. Some of your greatest gifts may arrive wrapped in the disguise of loss. The person you are becoming might only emerge through the trials you wish never happened. The Nova effect doesn't promise certainty. It invites you to trust in the unknown, to embrace the mystery, to stop labeling and start living. Because sometimes the worst thing that ever happened to you becomes the best thing that ever happened for you. Everything might not happen for a reason, but you can choose to give everything a reason. And that changes everything.